Hi guys, so today I'm at the British Motor Museum, but I'm not actually going to the museum. I'm here to drive some Volkswagens, and one of those is this one. Now I have previously reviewed the Golf GTI, so you can check that out. I'll put the link above, below, whatever. This one is the Clubsport. I was quite keen to try the Clubsport. It's just come out. It's got a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more torque, but you know, it is configured to be more of a sports car. Now I remember driving the previous Golf GTI generation, and the Clubsport was actually my favorite version of that car by a long shot, actually. So I'm quite keen to see if this one sort of replicates, well, actually elicits the same sort of enthusiasm that I got for the predecessor. Now, I'm not going to do a full review of the car in terms of practicality and stuff, because I did that with the previous Golf GTI, so you can check out that video. I'll just have a quick look around the car. I'll put all the specs and everything on the screen, so you'll have them there. But the main thing today is to take it for a drive and see what it's like.
A brown car guy.
GTI Clubsport, quite a good looking car, pretty dramatic looking wheels on this thing, GTI badging there, not so much Clubsport badging actually, and I quite like that, you know. If I had the Clubsport, if I bought it, then you know, I want people to know that I've bought the Clubsport. The exhausts look pretty mental, don't they? And twin exhaust, obviously a diffuser down there, and then twin exhaust there, IQ light is what it says there, and just a quick look, decent sized boot, literally as you would expect from a Golf, obviously with some underfloor area as well, and pretty much as you'd expect inside as well. The seats have got a nice trim on there. I think this is Alcantara, and then leather here as well, but otherwise just as you'd expect, nice red accents there to match the exterior. Right, let's get into it. Here I am in the Golf GTI Clubsport, and of course it all feels very familiar, as it should do. At the moment we're just in some little villages, hoping to find some interesting roads, but it's in comfort mode at the moment, and already it feels, even in comfort mode, you can feel that it's quite sporty. The performance is there, you know, the slightest twitch of your right foot and you do feel that it starts to move, or certainly wants to move, that's for sure. So you certainly get that sort of impression from the car already. And in fact, we're coming up to a place now where I can open it up a bit. So let's go into sports mode. Oh, it somehow knew it, so it's gone into, and you saw the throttle blipped by itself there. So there you go, and straight away, you know, oh, it feels tight, it feels sharp. There's quite a bit of body movement. Braking is reassuring, it's bitey immediately, that's for sure. But here we go now. Okay, the gear changes are quick. I wonder if I should use, I can just use the, yeah, you just click down on the paddle. There you go. There you go. And yeah, I mean, straight away, oh, you can see the body. Okay, yeah, this is cool. I like this. You know, you can feel the body moving, second gear. Oh, I heard a little bang from the exhaust there. Ah, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. You know, oh, the Golf GT, you know, the Clubsport was always my favorite. There's something, a little bit of extra naughty juice, I think, that they put into this, into the Clubsport version of the GTI. Whereas the GTI feels, you know, comparatively tame next to the Clubsport. I don't know how they do it, but they do. I think the engineers are just having a little bit of a wink between them and going, yeah, let's dial things up a little bit on this one. And you can certainly feel that the moment you move. I mean, it's not the most comfortable to ride, because as you can see, there is quite a bit of body movement, and you know, the ride is firm, it's solid, but it is rolling around on this B road here, based on the actual texture of the road itself. But following the road, guiding it through the corners, that, however, is not an issue whatsoever. Visibility is all around is very good. It's a bit dark in here. There's no sunroof, unfortunately. That might be a nice touch, actually, to have a sunroof. But I guess they're going for rigidity with this one, to really sort of have a complete enclosed capsule of a cabin of a body structure, so that you get maximum rigidity out of it. Changing down through the gears manually, it's more fun that way, so why not? And it's so easy, so why not? There you go, second gear, and we virtually got wheel spin. Wow, you know, it's quite a cheeky little thing, that's for sure. And what did I get up to? About 3.5, I think. I wanted to change up. as you know, the up changes were actually pretty quick. You know, it's like I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was 3.5, and it wanted to go up. So I was like, okay, let's do this. You can also, just by flicking down on this little lever down here, you can go automatic again, but actually into sports automatic. So then the changes also get a little bit more aggressive because you've got the modes there. You've also got individual modes, so you can actually set it up how you wanted it as well. But yeah, I mean, the response from the steering, I could do with a little bit more heft to the steering, and maybe a bit more feel. But the response is there, that's for sure, and you're getting feel through the chassis itself. Because the ride is quite firm and because the body movements are quite solid, you do get feel from the chassis. So that gives you a little bit of reassurance that you know what the car is doing and what you're doing with it. But it's tremendous how quickly you can get up to speed with it, and the amount of confidence that it gives with you. And I think that definitely, for most people, the Golf GTI, the regular one, will be more than enough, will be everything that you really need from a hot hatch. But for those people, and especially if you live around town, then this is a bit wasted, honestly. But for those people that like a little bit more from the GTI and that tend to be lucky enough to have access to roads like this, maybe, then I would recommend the Clubsport for sure. It does have full reversing camera, and in fact a 360 as well, which is quite handy. So that's really helpful in parking and maneuvering. And although the visibility all around is actually not too bad, I mean, you know, you can see right behind you. The mirrors are useful, so it's not really much of an issue. But anyway, now I wonder if, just to see, whilst we're in this slow bit, if it's quite easy to get access to everything here once you've figured it all out. It's pretty all standard Volkswagen stuff. Now if I put it back into comfort mode, how much difference that makes. I mean, it still feels pretty firm, like straight away, you know, you don't like go, oh, it's relaxed. It's still pretty, and it's an excitable car, and it still feels it from the way that the body is responding and the suspension is working. You're still feeling all of that. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it has a dramatic difference. I mean, especially at these, you know, city speeds that we're doing at the moment, just around town. But let's try. Let's go back into that and put it back into sport. I mean, I don't know if that was a particularly rough bump I just suddenly encountered, but suddenly, like, yeah, there was a little bit more solidity to the movement, if you like. But to be honest, considering that there isn't that much difference in feel, yeah, actually, yes, I think I can confirm that the ride is harder, more firmer, and perhaps a little bit more jitterier, if that's a word, in sports mode. But having said that, it's still fine. Oh look, another E30 E-Reg saloon, 4-door. Sorry, as an E30 owner. And steady. The roads are getting narrow around here. But I think, you know, I'm just going to leave it in sports. Also, I wonder if there's a difference to the steering as well, because at lower speeds, that steering feels quite meaty. Oh yeah, I think there is, yeah. Yeah, definitely, there is. And also, you know, you get the blip from the throttle, that reassuring, yes, we're in sports mode, almost like it's telling you, yeah, we're in sports mode now. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. No, you see, there's a little, you know, throttle blip thing as you're slowing down, and that's in like automatic sports mode. In automatic mode, it doesn't do so much. But you know what? I do like paddle shifts on this, so. And the changes are quick. I mean, they're very, very quick. So it's kind of fun to go, okay, well, let me just use it. And down there is a display, and it's 7 speed. It's telling me now go from 4 to 7. You can go up to 7 speed, but I don't want to. I'm going to come back to, there you go. And you get a little blip from the throttle as I came back down to 3rd again. And here we go. So this is a nice bit of road. But yeah, I mean, good response on the brakes, shift down, throttle, turn it in, body settles in nicely, you know, barely any understeer to speak of, and yeah, good response back on the throttle. Yeah, it's a really enjoyable car. It's a proper GTI. You will not be disappointed. You know, do you necessarily have to spend the extra money? Like I said, not really, because there isn't visually that much to tell the difference. If you just want a GTI, I like the exhaust as well as making some nice juicy noises back there. For most people, I mean, it'll be fine. And to be honest, it's like this would be wasted a little bit, you know, unless you have access to some corners and rows like this. It settles in nicely, you know, it just sits in, you know, especially like, you know, it might feel like, you know, the ride is a bit harsh, but no, it just settles down and goes into a corner really, really sweetly. So yeah, I mean, it is worth the extra money if you're able to enjoy it on a regular basis like this. Having said that, the regular GTI is probably good enough for most people. So there you go, there's my review of the GTI Clubsport. I think still, I haven't driven a Golf R. Maybe that review is coming up. Stay tuned to the channel. But so far, I would have to say that this is my favorite Golf of the current 8th generation Golf. Catch you all in the next video. Hi guys, I've been writing. This is my first book, a novel, an all-out action thriller, and this one is a collection of 13 stories I've written over the course of 2 decades. The Ulysses Files and The Quantum Races by BC Guy are out now on Amazon.com. Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links. Or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps. It really does.